this past weekend, I attended the Albany RC Racing Club with my son, who we will call Pro Racer X for now. I had arranged the rental club car so X could get some laps in on their first oval day. And I thought it'd be a good idea just to bring him in and he can answer some questions about what you thought of the day.
I hope this is a good idea.
I'm sure it'll be a good idea. He's been itching to get on a video ever since I started the channel, so we'll see if see how he goes, shall we? All right. So the first question, I suppose, is: did you have fun?
Of course I did. It was so fun. The controls are much easier than these cars we have in the corner here. They were just so easy and smooth to turn.
Are you talking about the actual controller or
Yes.
the cars themselves?
Both.
Both. So the controller was, you like the TQ,
Yeah.
what was it? The Traxxas TQ, was it? TQ
Yeah.
Top
It
qualifier
was really
controller.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, well, they were better than these. I mean, these are pretty poor, but I didn't like the TQ's. Its range of movement on the wheel was very limited, so you had to be pretty precise with that. But it's a ready to run one. You can't expect a great deal. So, what did you like the best though of the day? What did you like?
Probably my favourite thing of the day was probably the first time I got to touch them, because I think it was cool just on my first day driving. And excuse me for burping.
So when you got to touch them, so when you were marshalling them, or so you liked being able to pick up the.
Yeah, and I really like marshalling the sprint cars, and I really like driving the cars on my very first race.
Did you just?
Yeah.
So speaking of that, we'll get into my other questions in a minute. So what rules did I put on you?
You made sure that I don't just go and race people. That was until my final race, and when people were coming past, I have to go off through the corner, and a lot of people said that I was doing really well there.
Yep, they did. They were very appreciative of you getting the hell out of the way. But no, they were all very patient with you. They were all extremely good. They were all very happy with how you handled it. So I think you'll get an invite back. I don't think they're going to be too upset if you rocked up again. So how annoying was I in the first race?
Very.
Uh-huh.
And my friend, he was right next to me, and he was talking to me during the race, so that was distracting.
Very distracting. So essentially we all went up into the driver's stand because it's the oval and they have seating around it. Some drivers were just standing around the oval, others went up into the driving stand to have a go. He wanted to go up there, so he went up there, and his friend, who we probably shouldn't call his name, we'll just beat that out later, shall we? So his friend, as what we'll call him for now, he went up as well, and I was in his ear the whole time saying, car coming, watch out, take it easy, just relax, blah 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 blah, trying to just calm him down because he was pretty excited. And with his mate, I'm going to have to beep all that out, with his mate up there,
We should restart it.
X was trying to talk to him while he was meant to be concentrating, so that was a bit of a pain. And what happened in the second one?
In the second race.
Yeah, so
was out. Oh, come on!
It's alright, I'll beep it out.
My mate was out on the one of the turns. Almost went into him at one point. This time my dad was just saying, like, get out the way, and not running my ear telling me what to do and everything. And I was doing pretty well on race 2. I think I overtook one person but immediately got sent behind, and I hit a couple of people and got my first flip.
Yeah, that's right, you did too, yeah. You did pretty good though. I mean, you only finished 2 laps behind, I think, which isn't bad. So yeah, no, you did pretty good in that. I kind of just spotted for him. I got his mate out of there and got him down. He could marshal, and just spotted. So I told him when there was cars coming up behind him and stuff like that. And he did really well. Now the third race, which I was meant to race, what happened there?
Oh, so this time you told me that, so I was going to go on, I stole his turn, and he said I can actually race this time, and he'd be not near me at all, he'd just be yelling at me like, go, do this, and I did pretty well. I overtook like 4 people, and got up to 3rd place before my battery ran out, which was a real pain.
Yeah, you were pretty disappointed, weren't you?
Yeah.
Essentially, because it was a loaner and everyone was trying to race and it was pretty hectic. I didn't bother trying to charge the battery. And we thought it might run out in the last one, and it did. But I stood down the bottom of the driver's thing underneath him and just gave him words of subtle encouragement when I thought he was starting to lose it a bit. But he did really well. He was racing with him. He was 3 wide several times and overtaking, but he was having a good old time. And then the battery ran out and he was devastated. But yeah, that's life. We were only there to give it a bash, and I think he gave it a red hot go, so it was pretty good. There was something else I was going to bring up there. A couple of things that I noticed you were doing. I noticed you lose concentration, and it's only a small track, and you forget to lift off the accelerator sometimes, don't you?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. So I come in to corners really fast, and sometimes I forget to lift the accelerator. And when I'm coming out, I held the accelerator, then I started to lose control, and I kept on forgetting to just lift and stop touching anything if I lose control.
Yeah, you got to kind of be stationary to give people a chance to get around you.
And I also noticed when coming around the turns during the final race, since I was on low battery, I did have to lift, and then I started drifting.
Yeah. I noticed that too when we threw in a older second one. That you didn't have to lift much once the power's disappearing. All right. So, what car did you get to drive?
I got to drive a Traxxas Slash, and I got to drive amongst some late model Traxxas Slashes.
Yeah, so I don't know if they were the Traxxas Slash late model because they aren't released in Australia yet, but they were. You going to sit still or are you going to keep moving? But they were Traxxas Slashes with late model bodies on them. So he was in pretty much the SCT class, if you want to call it that, which I think is pretty cool that they do. So he was running just a straight Traxxas Slash and was having a good old time with it. What did you think about that car?
I thought it was way better than these.
Always going to be.
Yeah, it's always going to be. The Traxxas Slash was really nice. The handling was really good, and it was just so much funner than these.
So much funner.
Yeah, and I loved the circuit they used.
Just a straight oval. It's a pretty small oval though. Yeah, there's not much to it. So you've already expressed your thoughts on the TQ controller. You actually really preferred that.
Yeah.
So maybe, with any luck, we're going to get my little box of goodies that I've ordered, and in there's going to be a GT3C controller. We'll see what you think of that compared to the TQ controller, because I think that one's going to be a lot better. So I might even let you use my stuff next time. We might replace a receiver and see if we can get that going. So this one surprised me a little bit because I didn't really know what to expect. So it'd be interesting to see what you say about this. What did you think of the format of the races?
So the format of the races, I quite liked it. There were, I was definitely expecting there to be red flags, because just imagine someone flipping, then the marshal runs out on track while other sprint cars freaking flying past him like crazy, about to hit him, just barely dodging him. They used something called a horn. I'm pretty sure everyone should know.
Air horn.
Air horn. They just blew it, and then all the cars would just go, and then when it was my first time, I just stopped, and then after a couple seconds after I stopped, my dad was like, alright, you stop. Then I was like, oh no, I get it. And then, and another thing about the format, I pretty much think a roll and start would be pretty nice, because we were just sitting there, just waiting for it to go 10 seconds, 5 seconds, begin, grow, beep, and I think a rolling start would be nice, but I also don't think it would also be nice, because you'd have to go very slow and it would be very hard. So I'm kind of split on the rolling start and the stationary start. Yeah,
it kind of makes sense why they do a stationary start. It's a very, very small oval track. I don't know enough about the software that they use to monitor the laps and stuff to know if you could have a one extra lap or so. I don't know how that works. I'm sure there's got to be a way to do it because other people run it, so maybe I can look into that for them. But the standing start was okay. I didn't mind it, but it'd be great if we could even just do maybe have the start after the start finish line and leave it alone, and maybe have the start after the start finish line and then do a controlled start. Do a controlled start and then maybe start racing at the last corner and go from there. Because they do a count, they do like 40 laps. So they've got to do 40 laps, and I love the horn system. I think the horn system is great because that's essentially a red flag. It makes it safer for the marshals to get out there. They're not going to lose an ankle. Would you just sit still, please? So I didn't mind the format. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's just a lack of practical reasons why they do the standing start, though. I think I want to have a look at the software and see if we can make it work better, though. But yeah, I didn't really have any problems with it. So I think I know the answer to this question. We had a whole pile of other cars out there. There was different series being run. What did you like the idea of racing on the ones that you saw?
The idea of racing,
which one did you like the most?
The one I liked the most was the sprint cars.
Yeah, they were pretty
They're my favourite in real life, and they're my favourite in that. I just love them zooming and crashing. And once I was going out to Marshall to this guy, she had a crash. And then I ran out there and I looked at it. I just turned it because I thought they didn't have any reverse. They could have, but anyways. Then I looked at its axle and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't look good." And then I ran back off track.
all everyone heard was, "Oh, that doesn't look good," and his little body disappearing because he didn't want to have anything to do with it. Had to wait for another person to come over and pop it. I didn't get a look at it, but I think the ball joint just popped out, so the guy just popped it back in and away he went. So I like the sprint cars as well. I thought the sprint cars were pretty mint. I loved, they had 8 of them out there on that small track. It was mayhem from where to go. What would you feel, because the oval cars are pretty limited to just being able to do oval, and considering we've got the only dirt oval track in West Australia, we're not going to be able to use them a huge amount. So my thought is, what is your thoughts about just being limited to like a Traxxas, the Traxxas Slash in particular?
I'd like going to the Traxxas Slash, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it because we could always get a late model shell and put that on if there's any oval racing happening.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I also looked into a few other options, like we could get a buggy. A lot of the shells work on the buggy, the buggy kits and stuff, so we could possibly get another shell, because I do want to get a buggy and a SET for the track season, so we could always put a late model shell on, or even do one of the stock sedans, you know, the team associated one, so we could even do something like that and run the buggy in there. Yeah, so then we could have 2 cars eventually, but probably not this season. It's going to be pretty hard to get one. I mean,
probably like next year.
Yeah, maybe, because I mean we're trying to still get our first one to race, aren't we? Yeah, it's a shame we lost that auction, but we'll get there. Stop reading the questions that got written down. So the big question: do you want to do it again?
Of course I do. That was so fun out there racing my friends, well, people I don't even know, but just calling them friends. And yeah, I would love to do it again.
So you want to do it again. So we kind of need to find a car, don't we? Bad news though, we're not going to be able to do the next race meet because you got soccer starting late and you got birthday parties to go to. We're going to be playing some laser scope, aren't you? So we're going to have to give that one a miss. Although if your mum steps up and takes you to the laser scape, I might be able to go on my own. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, chances are I'll be taking the laserscape, so we're both going to miss that one, and then I'm not going to do the outro. No, I'm going to do that later. Do you want to do it? Just a second then. What? So we'll probably be heading back. I think we're both hooked on it now. I think there's a pretty good chance that we're going to keep doing it. Just how we're going to keep doing it. We do have to get a car. So we'll worry about that, and then we'll. But we've got a month now. Seems we can't go to the next one. We've got essentially a month to get organised. So I do know I've got a transponder on the way. I do know I've got a FlySky GT3C, so we can actually hook that up and practice a little bit as well. I got some shock oils with the hope that we'll get a fucking car essentially. Better bleep that one out as well, eh? So I can't remember what else. I got something else coming, but I can't really remember what it was. I don't think it's that important. think it was just something I saw that I went, oh, that'd be handy. Oh, yeah, the little toolkit, small little toolkit, just so we can work on some second-hand cars if we end up getting some.
Right, what I'm putting out right now.
Oh, no. I've got another one coming.
Nice.
Actual tools to work on the car.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. So I reckon we'll call this one. I'm going to have to cut this one right down and do a lot of beeps, and I think we'll overlay it with maybe some footage that we took at the racetrack.
Yeah, that would be
just to see what happens. It's not great. I took the GoPro, and it's an old one, and it's not great because I didn't really know what I was doing, but it worked. So did you want to do this? Did you?
Yes. And now finally, this is the Goated Sloth Junior, reminding you to take it easy on the trigger, send it on the straights, and remember, even a sloth can go full throttle. Now it's time for bed, so I better go.
Yes, it is. It's well past your bedtime.
See ya!